Stop begging for my sergeant. He will not save you. This is what happens when a driver is pulled over 6 times in 2 months. This time, he was stopped for a seatbelt violation. As he complied with the officer's requests, providing his license and registration, a familiar sense of frustration washed over him. He felt targeted and harassed after multiple stops in such a short time. The officer demanded more personal information, escalating the tension further. The driver insisted he just wanted his ticket so he could move on, questioning the necessity of the stop. He pointed out that he hadn't done anything wrong and that this pattern of stops felt excessive and unwarranted. When he insisted on speaking to a sergeant, believing his concerns deserved higher attention, he repeatedly asked the officer, "Call your sergeant," for a full minute without pause. Still, the officer ignored him and continued writing the ticket. Watch what happens next and share your opinion in the comments.
All right, here's my license and registration.
Driver's license.
Here's right
Can I see
here.
the back of the driver's license?
It's right here, sir.
Can I see the back of the driver's license?
It's right here, sir. I gave you everything you need. It's right here. I'm not covering anything. Here you go. Okay, take the information so I could be on my way. I'm getting tired of being harassed by you guys. Can you call your sergeant? I want a sergeant. I want a sergeant.
Can I have your driver's license?
I want a sergeant. Please call a sergeant. Can you please call a sergeant? I'm being harassed at this point. I'm getting all the evidence.
What?
I'm being harassed at this point because you guys keep bothering me. If it's just basic traffic, seatbelt violation, give me the violation. I'll take the violation.
So everything I've asked you for, you've not done. I've asked you to roll down the window so I can see.
I don't have to roll down my window.
You do.
No, I don't.
You have to follow
I have to do it for my safety. That's your policy, not the state's policy. Okay? So here's my license. It's right here, right on the video. Here you go. Take my information. Go give me my seatbelt ticket. And please call your sergeant. Please call your sergeant. Matter of fact, call Sergeant Streeter. Call Sergeant Streeter, please.
X-ray 246.
I'm tired of y'all bothering me.
I pulled you over. I'm not bothering you.
Well, take my information and give me my seatbelt ticket then and leave it at that. I'm getting tired of extras, please. And is your camera on? I don't see no light. I don't see no light that your camera is not on. It's not operational.
It's on.
Okay, because I'm going to need your sergeant and take my... It's right here in your face.
You keep covering it up with your finger.
I'm not covering up anything.
I see your driver's license.
Right here. All right. Get out my vehicle, please.
Your driver's license.
Out my vehicle, please. Like I said, did you call Streeter?
I did not call Streeter.
Well, call Streeter. I want a sergeant. I want a white shirt. I want a sergeant.
Can I see
Call a
your
sergeant.
driver's license?
Call a sergeant, please. Sergeant, please. I've been requesting a sergeant. He will not call a sergeant.
I just called dispatch and they haven't responded.
No, sergeant. A sergeant. I need a sergeant.
I don't call people.
Yes, you do. That's
dispatch
your policy. If I ask for a sergeant or a white shirt,
then
okay.
I call dispatch.
I need the sergeant. It's right here. Okay. Here's my information. Take my information and do what you need to do. This is the 6th time in 2 months.
Every time you pull.
6th time in 2 months.
You're gonna get pulled over by someone.
Well, like I said, you could have just simply and talking about raise down. Y'all don't have to do that. I want a sergeant. Call a sergeant, please. Vehicle in my name, license and registration provided. Did a whole U-turn in a construction zone. Whooped behind other vehicles, like swerving behind other vehicles, talking about seatbelt. No, y'all are violating me. Getting tired of it.
Insurance.
I gave you I had everything right here sitting in your face. Did you not get my insurance?
I wasn't looking at insurance. I'm going in order.
See, so you trying to get, man, y'all on some bogus. Did you call your sergeant? Call your sergeant. I need your sergeant.
When I walk back to my
I need your sergeant. No, you need to call your sergeant. I need your sergeant at this point. I need your sergeant. Call your sergeant.
As soon as I get
Call your sergeant, please. Call your sergeant. Call your sergeant. Call your sergeant. Call your head. Please call. No.
I'm not going to call someone.
Call your sergeant.
Standing next to you.
Call your sergeant. You're supposed to. You're supposed to. That's your policy. You are a peace server. All right. Call your sergeant. You're not being a peace server at this point. Call your sergeant. You sit here, you needed my information for a basic seatbelt violation. A basic seatbelt violation. You could have got my information, went there, gave me my seatbelt ticket, and left. You're taking my VIN number now, so you're getting my information. I need your sergeant. I need your sergeant. No, I need your sergeant. I need your sergeant at this point. I need your sergeant. What's up, man? Man, I just want to let you know, man, these officers getting out of hand, bro. They getting out of hand. Y'all done pulled me over about 6 times in 2 months. 6 times 2 months. Thinking I'm on some other shit. I'm trying to work, man. I got babies and shit, bro. Okay. All right? And I hope you know my face. I was one of the guys that chased that white guy that stole our vehicle when I had to find my own vehicle when y'all didn't help. Okay? The black truck. When we chased the dude in the black Durango, that was me and my wife. Okay? Yeah. I'm getting tired of being harassed. I need help. I'm getting tired of being harassed. I'm doing, like, it's crazy shit.
Did you have your seatbelt on?
No, I didn't. But still at the same time, he could have, like I got on video. Yeah. I left my here where he can get my information because I don't trust him. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right. Simply give me my ticket and I can go on my way. He all around my car, taking my VIN, doing all this nonsense. Bro, simply give me my ticket if it's that violation. And we'll leave it at that. Plus, he did a whole U-turn in construction. Plus, he's swerving around cars in construction. I'm not doing nothing violent. He doing all this violation. Okay. I'm tired of it, bro. Okay. All right? So, y'all need to do something about these weird ass motherfuckers. I'm getting tired of these weird motherfuckers dick.
But I understand where you're coming from. But, you know, what you can do to help the situation.
But I helped the situation. Simply got my stuff. Bye.
Oh, just wear your seatbelt.
Yeah, I get it. I know I f***ed up on that end. That's my fault.
Yeah.
But simply, do your job. Simply do your job. Don't do no extras. Do your job. Don't do no extras. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
And I appreciate you. Appreciate it, bro. For real.
Cool. All right.
All right.
Police officers confronted 2 innocent men who were simply hanging out in front of a house, responding to a neighbor's anxious complaint about their presence. The officer approached with an air of authority, demanding to know their identities. The men stood their ground, firmly insisting they hadn't done anything wrong. The officer insisted on taking their picture, claiming it was necessary for documentation due to the high crime area. This action raised concerns about violating their Fourth Amendment rights, which protect against unreasonable searches and seizures. Frustration quickly turned to anger, as the innocent men argued that their privacy was being violated without any valid reason. But the officer continued to press, accusing them of being suspicious simply because they were hanging out in a high crime area. Watch what happens next. Share your opinion in the comments.
All right, you guys do wait in front of your friend's house. Does your light work on your bike?
Yeah, that'll work.
What?
You're gonna go put my picture in your system?
What's that?
You're gonna go put my picture in your system?
Sure, you're in a public place. I can photograph you.
Yeah, but then you're gonna go run my face through a system? That's a lot different than photographing.
I can like figure out who you are.
You can just figure out who I am.
You don't have to identify yourself, but I'm allowed to photograph you. You're in a public place.
And then
I can figure out who you are.
You suspect me of a crime?
Most people that don't want to identify themselves,
so you're
probably
saying,
worried about something.
So you're saying you don't suspect me, or you do suspect me of a crime?
I don't suspect you of a crime. If I suspected you of a crime right now, I'd make you identify yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you suspect
I'm not suspecting you of a crime.
If you suspected me of a crime, I would identify myself. But if you don't suspect me of a crime and you're going to take my picture and go identify me anyway, you don't think that's a violation of my rights?
No, you're in a public place, sir.
But I have a right to be free in my papers and effects.
You're right.
My identity is my papers and effects. And if you're going to go run it through your system, you're violating my rights.
Not at all.
Not at all. So So you just go take and get my information.
You're in a public place. You don't want to identify yourself. That's your right. Okay. I can photograph you.
And you can just identify me for no reason, or for just no reason, because I exist. You just start.
I want to document. So I would like to document who you are, so we can figure out.
But I don't want it to be documented.
Okay.
And I have that right.
The problem is, so like in this area, we have a lot of high crime area. Okay. We have a lot of burglaries, stuff like that. Not saying that you're part of that, but if I identify you and they look at a photograph of somebody that did commit a burglary, okay, well, this guy was in the area. We know what he was wearing. We know what he looked like. We have his name. We know he wasn't part of that.
If you got a picture of me and then they say somebody committed a burglary, you can look at the picture without looking up my name and seeing who I am and putting me in the system.
Okay. Do you have any more questions?
Not really. What's your name?
Mitchell?
Mitchell?
Yes,
There's going to be an incident report for this?
There will be.
Can I have the incident report number?
Sure.
It's still going.
Appreciate
Something.
Yeah, it's still hanging in.
I appreciate it if you didn't look,
Well, I was asking you for your name. If you have nothing to be concerned about, I don't
have anything to be concerned about,
Okay.
but it's my name. You
Okay.
know, and I'd like to keep it private.
You guys have a good day. Well, you're out in the view of the public, man. So.
I mean, but I'm just in the view of the public. These people don't look at my face and be like, ooh, now I got his name and his address. I can't just look at their tag and just get their address from their tag.
So I've been
like
recording you since the whole time I got here, right?
Yeah, but you.
So would that be any different than me taking a picture of you?
It's not any different. The difference.
So what is your argument?
My argument is you're going to go put my picture
Right.
in your system,
Yeah.
and then search a database with my picture.
Okay. So what would I find? What are you concerned about?
And I didn't commit a crime, so why are you going to go put my picture in your system?
I'm not saying you could. If I thought you committed a crime.
I'm saying I have done nothing for you to put my picture in your system and search it.
Okay, well that's your opinion. So your opinion might be
then
wrong.
what do you think I've done then?
Nothing.
So nothing. So and then for
All right, have
nothing,
a good day. If you have nothing, you're just talking in circles.
No, I'm not talking in circles. You're acting like you don't understand something simple about violating my rights. You got a supervisor, boss? Boss man.
Yeah.
You got a supervisor?
Yeah, I do.
Can I talk to your
Yeah,
supervisor?
let me send him a message.
Thank you.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, boss man?
What can I do for you, man?
Nothing. This guy, like, somebody called, said that,
Yeah, you're good.
somebody called, said we were out here, I don't know, just concerned.
Okay.
He comes up, asks for ID, I don't want ID, he takes my picture, and then tells me he's gonna go look me up, but he don't suspect me of a crime, I've done nothing. He's saying I'm in public, taking a picture is nothing, and taking a video is nothing, that's normal.
Okay.
But then he's saying he's gonna, upload my picture to the system, look up my ID, get my ID, but for no reason other than I didn't give him my ID. So he's gonna go just steal my ID from me, like just steal it. He's gonna rate me for my identification to generate your guys' report, and that's not right. If I didn't do nothing wrong, if I'm not suspected of a crime, why are you going and getting my information that I decided that I wanted to keep private? I don't have a right to privacy.
So I understand. I hear what you're saying. I'm just trying to find the best way to explain it, if that makes sense. So I guess I'll go off the justification side of it, right? So we did have a complaint because I was standing there when the guy.
Yeah, I understand.
It, right?
There's a complaint.
So
you have to look into it.
right. So we have to find out who it is, right? And kind of now I have a reason to investigate. Is there some sort of criminal activity that could be happening, right? More so than you just riding your bike down the street.
Yeah,
right. Now, if there's some sort of violation with you riding your bike down the street, then obviously I can stop you on that side, right?
And you get my ID.
Right. So on that flip side, let me ask you this: do you live here or at any of these houses right here?
Well, I wouldn't answer that, but that's my personal information. I don't want to answer that.
Okay. So what that is at this point it's called reasonable suspicion.
Of what?
Okay. So the reasonable suspicion comes in when somebody complains or is concerned for their property, and that would be somebody that lives in one of these houses right here.
But there has to be reasonable suspicion of a crime or some criminal activity afoot. And just being in mere presence is not reasonable suspicion. Being in a high crime area does not generate reasonable suspicion alone for you to start investigating me.
So it can, all right? And I think that might be the difference where the misunderstanding is, right? So someone was concerned about their personal property. The information received is that
somebody just called the police because they
so there were two guys sitting out in front of their house, and they had been there for a while. It's concerning to people, right? They want to protect their property, just like you don't want somebody to steal your backpack or your bike or your helmet, right?
Yeah.
So the whole point is we investigate that to find out who's here and why they're here and what they're doing, because that is what leads us to finding people that steal you know, your backpack and your bike and stuff like that, right? Like, these aren't cheap. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So in doing so, we find out who you are and what you're doing, where you live, right? Just some basic information. So,
but I have the right to keep that information private if I haven't committed a crime and I'm not suspected of a crime.
So at that point,
if you suspected me of a crime, then you can command me or demand that I produce identification or identify myself.
Right, and I never demanded that.
No, but
I
then
said I didn't suspect you of committing a crime.
So if you can't demand the information, how can you take it? Do you understand what I'm saying?
So it's not taking it, right?
Well,
because we didn't physically take anything from you.
Well, you took my picture and then you're going to run it through your system. That's my information. It doesn't have. It's just because you didn't take something from me, you're taking my privacy from me. You are taking my privacy.
No expectation of privacy out in the public.
No,
I don't have to. I don't have an expectation of privacy, but I have an expectation of keeping my name private. I didn't give anybody my name.
That would be expectation of privacy, right? So,
well, and there is an expectation of privacy in public. Then you have your papers and effects. Everything in my bag is private. Mm-hmm. My personal information that I didn't give you is private. That's my private information.
Okay, so there's a difference, right? The difference would be if any just random citizen obtained your information for the intent of using it for criminal purposes, right? Does that make sense?
I feel like this is criminal purposes. You're going to obtain my information. You know, to me, this is a criminal purpose, to put in your system to generate a report to just say, hey, look, I talked to this guy. So whenever somebody goes in and looks me up, hey, we got him red flag, blah, 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 you know, all this other shit that they got on my name.
Right?
I'm not speculating.
What red flags? We don't even have a red flag of any sort.
Oh, no, I got a hot file. That's what I got with you guys, a hot file.
You have a hot file?
Yeah, I have a hot file with you guys because of this, because you guys come and get my name, or want to get my name, and I'm just like, you know, give me a reason.
You want to go check that?
Like, give me a reason, and you know, then I'll deal with it.
Okay.
Like, you know, give me a reason. I identify myself to the officers all the time. You know, I had one officer, he was wanting to give me a ticket. He wanted my phone number. I know I ain't got to give him my phone number.
Right, I'm here for what I know about this, right?
But that was the time I you know, most likely committed a traffic infraction. He stopped me 10 blocks away. I didn't remember, but you know, I'm not gonna argue it. Like, you know, he got me down the road. Like, I don't remember how I crossed the road, but you know, okay, like, here's my name, my ID. If you're gonna write me a ticket, he's like, no, give me your phone number. I won't give you a ticket. And I was like, I don't want to. I don't feel like it. Like, I don't have to. I'm not required to give my name. How is it legitimate for you to take it? Like, where is it? Is it because it's in your system? So now it's your information? And do I have to go about taking my information out of your system? Is that like what I'm supposed to do? So you can't just take my picture and put it up? Because if somebody does that to their website, then I can go and I can put a cease and desist, and I can do that. Am I gonna, like, this is where this was gonna lead to, you know?
Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel. Our goal is to educate people on First Amendment rights. Make sure you like our videos as much as possible. We will see you in the next video.